Hello, everybody. Welcome to the lab.
Hello.
All
Okay.
right, we will start introducing ourselves. Um, my name
First
is.
we'll okay, but first we will share the screen first. All right.
All right.
Okay. So let us start now. Hold on. Okay. So hello everyone. Our team name is called the Resilient Rescuers, and we are here to talk about how to help or how to save flood victims. So how do we do that? Good question. But first, let us introduce ourselves first. So, hello, my name is Ember Georgia. I am 16 years old and I'm schooling at College Tunda Tutuanku Haji Bujang. Okay, Ling Wei, you're next.
Hi, my name is Ling Wei. I'm 17 years old. My school at the Penning Middle School. And Kelly?
My name is Kelly. I'm 14 years old. I school at Paming Middle School.
My name is Vanessa. I'm 14 years old and I'm at SMK St. Joseph.
Okay, Vanessa, you will take the stage for this one.
Um, do you guys know what is the longest flood time in history? You can answer them in the chat. Um, 6 months and 8 months. 2 months. It's actually 2 months, 8 months, 6 months. Well, actually, it's 54 years, and it's the Mississippi River flood in 1927.
Okay. So here are the things we can do to help flood victims. I will go first. So one of the ways we can help flood victims is by donating essentials and supplies. So floods, they can destroy properties and cars, and all of that all of that is unavoidable. Additionally, losing many possessions to a flood adds financial strain to families. Make sure you donate to reputable organizations that will bring your donations over to the affected site. Some necessities you can donate are food, water, and clothing. I'm pretty sure you know that. As most flood victims would have lost many of their belongings, any donations of essential items are much appreciated. If you'd like to send food directly to relief centers, consider packing dry or canned foods as they can be kept for longer. It would be advisable to send vegetarian items as well so that they can be consumed by Malaysians from various religious backgrounds. As for clothing, please pack up clothes that are in decent condition only. Avoid clothes that are damaged and no longer wearable. If you can't decide on what to donate to the flood victims, ask them if you have the chance to do so. Yeah, ask them if you have the chance to do so. Sometimes the things they need aren't being donated to them as much, and those other things can be things like women's hygiene products, power banks or chargers, baby supplies, and pet supplies if some families need them. Vanessa, you are next.
Alright, so before we start, let me explain what monetary aid is. It is money, equipment, or services that are provided for people, countries, or organizations who need them but cannot provide them for themselves. Cash donations are always needed during a crisis like this, as they can be used to cover anything from supplies needed for victims to repairing destroyed homes. The most important thing when it comes to cash aid, however, is to direct them to the right places. Always go for legitimate and known organizations first before channeling your money elsewhere. That doesn't mean you can't donate to individuals who are collecting funds. However, make sure that they're able to provide receipts for how the cash is being used. NGOs you can donate to are the Malaysian Red Crescent Society, the MERCY Malaysia, and the Malaysian Relief Agency. These donations will be used to buy essential supplies and things such as washing machines, cooking appliances, refrigerators, and other necessities to give given away to the flood victims. They also use the money to help and medium-sized businesses that have been affected. Kelly, pass down to you.
In addition to the military boats that have been sent to ferry people to safety in batches, there are also NGOs that have joined the rescue missions. If you are physically able to go to these badly hit areas and help, go ahead and sign up as a volunteer. However, be sure to work with NGOs that are trained to work with these types of natural disaster. If you decide to go on your own or with group with inadequate experience, it can be highly dangerous. Next, Lingwei.
Okay, now I will share two of the video and
Oh, no, not yet. You still have uh, you still have one more point to give.
oh so that I huh? Oh so that I think I can help that with them to like the driving the bot who send the that one people to the 救护站那里 and maybe I can take about the things to record and to do it like maybe
Okay, so yes, that is a good point, and there are also like two more points I want to share, and that is you can provide shelter and transportation to flood victims, or if you can't do much, you can also share helpful information. If you got some extra space that's unused at the moment, you can open your doors to some families for a few days. If you don't know where you can offer your shelter, start by putting out announcements on social media. Besides boats that are being used to transport victims, other much needed vehicles at this point are 4x4s and 4WDs due to their wading depths. If you have one of these or know someone who does, feel free to offer to ferry not just people but also their belongings and pets. But don't feel bad if you can't do any of that. There are still other ways you can make a difference during this time, even if it has to be done virtually. What's kept us all in the loop regarding the floods is the information that's been shared around, where to get help, which roads to avoid, where victims are still stranded, and so on. If you actively spread useful information like the above, keep up the good work. Okay, no, it's all right. So,
Wait, before this, we have a question over here. We have a question over here. I don't know how to identify reputable, responsible NGOs. Can you please put this on? Amber, do you want to give some tips?
I think you should try giving some tips. I've been talking for a bit, so you should, Vanessa, you should try to answer this question first.
Well, if you see any logos, like the Red Crescent, that's one of the NGOs over there. And if to Mercy, I don't think we see Mercy signs around here in Miri. So, yeah, I think you only can see Red Crescent Society in Miri. Okay, you can move on to the video break.
Okay, so I will be sharing the video since I have the link. So, hold on. All right. If you want to share, then sure, I will.
In Baton Rouge, Louisiana, a dramatic rescue when the historic flooding caught on tape. You can see here in the video a car submerged in water. That's when rescuers jump in. Take a look at the amazing rescue.
Give me a knife. Give me a knife. Give me a knife. We're coming. Watch your eyes. Knife.
Hey, I'm flipping the top.
Watch your eyes. Go. Breaking the window.
The top when I drown.
Go.
Hey, yo. I'm on side. I'm drowning.
We're coming. We're coming. I'm gonna break this window. We're breaking the window. Do you have a knife? Do you have a knife? You do that. Tell me if you have a knife. I'll find it.
I don't know. Oh, that's mine. Get my dog. Get my dog. Get my dog down. I'll go down. Hang on.
We can't get the dog. Here. Go. I can't get the dog. Maybe she's gone.
No, she better not be. I've been having.
I got your dog. Oh.
Oh, you.
Go. Swim to the boat. Swim to the boat. Oh, me at the boat. Oh, I'm sorry.
As you see there, they were able to rescue the woman and her dog safely from that submerged car.
Also, there is another video. So, Lingwei, you can go play the other video. You have not shared your screen yet.
Alexander Cohen is also out and about talking to some of the local
Can you
heroes.
start from the beginning as well?
Another man who took a boat and rescued a couple dozen people. Alexandra? News Channel 5's Alexander Cohen is also out and about talking to some of the local heroes. She talked with another man who took a boat and rescued a couple dozen people. Alexandra?
Well, I'm told they were actually able to rescue 2 children and a man who were on top of a minivan. People were screaming as these Good Samaritans worked tirelessly to get them to safety. as floodwaters trap people in their homes.
They're getting a boat.
Kids just roofs on cars.
Jeff Burkett grabbed his friend's boat,
just hanging on for life.
and launched it from the Burger King parking lot near Myrtle Street.
Right here, it was really, really bad.
Nurse practitioner Hope Dretzka was at the clinic up the street. She jumped into the boat to help him.
Just seeing each person that we pulled from the water was someone that I've had conversations with and helped when they were sick. And now seeing them scream for help was hard.
Jeff had to dodge heavy debris and navigate currents.
Ripping right through here.
It was rough,
Rico Ralston came down here as his mom was trapped. Jeff helped Rico get his mom, and they were strong enough to pull people from the water.
There was a teenage boy we pulled off. He was hanging from a pole, and it's no telling how long he'd been hanging there. And we were fortunate enough to be able to get him.
The community says they're heroes.
It's heartwarming. Everybody, thank you, everybody that's messaged me and all. I just did what I thought I had to do. It was God that kept us safe and everybody that I had in my boat.
He says it was divine intervention that his friend happened to leave his boat at his house Friday, too.
It done the job. It kept me safe.
As they walked around the damage left behind, there were some tender moments.
Is that right? We're a family now.
This resilient community is now taking steps towards recovery. Jeff tells me they were also able to rescue several pets, a little piece of comfort for these families who were displaced. Reporting live in Waverly, Alexandra Cohen, News Channel 5.
All right, so now we're done with the video with the video break. So now let's get on to our next set of points, and it's related to the other video, and that is, rescue missions, rescuing people from the floodwaters. And so, if you're planning on participating in a rescue mission, what should you know? Well, there are a few things you can do. Lingwei, you can start. It's in private chat. It's in the Google Doc that I sent.
It's in the Google Docs.
It's at the very bottom. You can see your first point there. It's.
She said she cannot open it.
Oh.
Okay, I can. Okay. The provider sheet and transformer share full inform got some extra space that used unused. At moment you can open your doors to families.
Oh, wait, no, not that one. The point below that.
Okay.
Is there what people planning on participating in rescue missions should know? It's below the video.
Anyone involved in flood rescues should have training in first aid and how to operate a radio, but they are also creative that is swifter water rescues. How forgetter who had the floor rescue team of British charity. The Royal National Lifeboat Institution
Institution.
RNLTI expansion that the first thing instituted learning during saltwater rescue training hydrology or how water have behave when it's moving very quickly through a converted channel. In this include learning how to read the surface of the water for cues about the location to hiding objects like
Obstacles.
possible like cars and contactor posts that could
Concrete posts.
capsize your boat.
Okay, Kelly's next.
Next, trainees will learn how to keep themselves safe through skills such as defensive swimming and precautions like using a pole to check for open manholes while wading. One member of the team may be deployed upstream to warn teammates of large debris being swept towards them, while the other two may be stationed downstream with ropes in case anyone falls into the water. Emergency kit issued to volunteers working in flood relief included whistles and megaphones to communicate with survivors, ropes to pull them to safety, and extra life jackets and rain gear to keep them safe and dry. These kits also contain lanterns and flares as well as a radio to keep in touch with headquarters. All of these actions can reduce the risk of casualties.
All right, so Vanessa is next.
Alright. So before dispatching rescue teams, you need to know where to send them. Large expanses of floodwaters can mask landmarks, leaving unprepared rescuers disoriented and unable to locate survivors. Air reconnaissance can be helpful for building a picture of what is happening on the ground, but is not always available. Rescuers have training in how to read the contours of a map to work out which areas would be flooded, but also rely on local knowledge to guide a search. Organizations like the Red Cross and the IRC have networks of local volunteers who may know how many people are marooned in a particular farm village. Where cell phone technology is available, survivors themselves may alert emergency services for their location. Amber, you're next.
All right. So, getting survivors from dry land onto a boat is relatively simple, but rescuing them from the second floor of, say, a building or like something similar, surrounded by rushing water, presents more of a challenge. In such situations, a second boat may be sent slightly upstream to create an eddy that holds the first boat in place against the side of the building while people are loaded into it. As most rescue boats can only accommodate around 3 or 4 people at a time, rescuers prioritize the injured, the young, and the elderly, and often have to make several trips to bring everyone to safety. If, despite all precautions, someone does fall into the water, A spotter on the boat would try to keep them in sight for as long as possible. The worst case scenario is they just disappear and you're unable to locate them, said Ryan of the IRC. But you'd hope they'd manage to find somewhere to hold on until you catch up to them. Once everyone is on dry land, rescue teams hand over to relief agencies to feed and shelter survivors and begin the long process of restoring areas covered in mud and debris. Right? So let's go back to our slide. Those are all of the points for this this part of the slide. Okay. All right. So, any questions, anyone? We'd like to hear a few. We'll try our best to answer them. Maybe we'll give like 1 minute, 1 or 2 minutes. How can teenagers pitch in and help during a flood? So for this question, I'll let Kelly take the stage. You can try to answer. You can try answering it in your own words. So, yeah. Like, what do you think? How do you think we as teenagers can help?
I think teenagers can maybe give some books or stationery to them.
Lingwei, do you want to try answering this one? Yeah, try to do it.
I think that the teenager can be helped. I think the teenager can help others to like the at the on the water there too. Maybe I think the teenager can be have a helpful of the during this flood. Maybe. And how about others? And have any answer? Can try it.
Since we have less than a minute left, I think we can end the stream here for now. So we will see you all next time. We will have another stream similar to this. So see you all. Bye.
Bye.